Hello, my name is Ivy. Today we read Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Chapter 1 Down the Rabbit Hole. Alice was getting so bored sitting with her sister on the rear bank. She had nothing to do. She was just wondering if making a daisy chain was worth the trouble of getting up to pick the daisies when she saw a rabbit in a waistcoat. "Oh dear, I'm late!" cried the white rabbit. Alice didn't think it was strange that the rabbit was talking to himself, but she did find it odd when the rabbit took a watch out of his coat pocket. She had never seen a rabbit with a watch, much less a pocket, and wished to keep it. Alice was boring with curiosity. Before her sister could stop her, she ran after the white rabbit. He hopped into a large rabbit hole and she jumped in after him. And then she was falling and falling, down, down, down. Would the fall never end? There was nothing else to do, so Alice thought aloud to herself. "Diana will miss me very much tonight," she said. Diana was Alice's cat. "Diana, my dear, I wish you were down here with me. There are no mice in the air, I'm afraid, but you might catch a bat. And a bat is like a mouse. But do cats eat bats, I wonder?" Alice was getting sleepy. The fall was just so very long. She mumbled, "The cat eats bats. The cat eats bats. And sometimes the bats eat cats." She couldn't answer either question, so it didn't really matter which way she said it. Suddenly, thump! She had landed on a pile of dry leaves. The fall was over. Alice was not hurt one bit. Up ahead, she saw a white rabbit hurrying down a long hallway. She ran after him, but lost him around a corner. There were doors all around her, but every single one was locked. Alice felt so sad. She had come all this way and had lost the rabbit. And worse, now she was stuck. Then she noticed a small glass table. On top was a tiny golden key. When she turned around, she saw a little door that hadn't been there before. It was about 15 inches high, so her delight, the key fit the lock perfectly. The door opened onto a passage the size of a rat hole. Alice got on her knees to peek through. What she saw was the most lovely garden ever. She wanted to reach the colorful flowers, but not even her head could fit into the tiny doorway. It was no use. Alice went back to the little table and set the key down. Now, there was a tiny bottle on the table. She was sure it hadn't been there before. On the bottle were the words "Drink me." Alice was far too wise to drink a bottle just because it told her to. She knew she should see first if it was marked poison. The bottle was not marked poison, which meant that she could drink it, and drink it she did. What a curious feeling! Alice cried. Curious indeed, Alice was drinking. In the blink of an eye, she was only 10 inches high. Now she could go into the garden. But poor Alice, when she went to the tiny door, she found it locked again. Then when she went to get the key, she discovered that she was far too small to reach on top of the table. She sat down on the floor and cried. There's no use crying, Alice scolded herself. She liked to pretend to be two people, but there's no use pretending to be two people now, she thought. There's hardly enough of me left to make one whole person. Just then her eyes fell on a glass box under the table. It was a small cake. The word "Emmy" were written on top of the raisins. Well, I ate it, said Alice. If it makes me grow larger, I can reach a key. If it makes me go smaller, I can creep under the door. Either way, I'll get into the garden. Alice took the tiniest bit. Which way? She said to herself, and was quite surprised to find that she was still the same size. This is usually what happens when one eats a cake. But Alice was by now used to strange things happening. It seemed dull for nothing to happen at all, so she took another bite. Then she had eaten the entire cake. Bye bye, and don't forget to thumbs up.